Odd Friday PSA. Super chats are now going to be turned off. Again, it's not that we don't want you to support Dead and Hip Hop monetarily. We do, but on the Odd Friday platform, we prefer that you do so as a Patreon. So join Patreon. If you watch the Odd Friday live, there's a QR code, also a link in the description below, and there's a link right now. Go over there, join Patreon. Dead and Hip Hop, Even Friday recap. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Feefo. I'm here with the crew. This past Odd Friday, it was myself representing Benny the Butcher. Rob made a guest appearance, and he was representing Conway. The way that battle went out, we went to OT, and Conway got the damn win.
Yes, sir.
So congrats.
Yes, sir. Put the camera on me. Yes, sir. I'm fucking
Congrats. It was an amazing fucking battle. I had an amazing time, a fun time. And I want to say, especially the patrons had a fun time too. If you go in, if you're a patron, you read the comments, you know what I'm saying? Everybody enjoyed that shit. Even in the on the YouTube chat, you know what I'm saying? All of the emojis, the butcher emojis, the machine emojis, people was really into it. Even Myke texted in the group and was like, man, I'm proud of y'all. Great battle. But Modest, this is your first time in the chamber. How did you like the whole Odd Friday setup?
It was cool, man. Like I said, I always, appreciated what y'all do. I always been a fan of what y'all do. Like I said, just when it comes to these shows, I just analyze. You know what I'm saying? I know that it doesn't really get said much because people get wrapped up in me breaking down your strategy or even B, because even when B lost, I said something about him. But it's bigger than that for me. I'm invested in it. That's why I have a big opinion, because I am invested. You know what I mean? So, I don't mean for people to take it personal or to be like, damn, Rod's an asshole or whatever, or anything. I'm just invested in what y'all do. But nah, man, it was fun, man. It definitely was fun. It definitely was fun. I didn't know I was gonna have that much fun, like just kind of doing it.
Watching it and being a part of it is two different things. And you know that it'll be fun because you're doing something, if you're a hip hop head, this is a perfect platform to do that, but you don't realize how much fun you actually have doing it.
And you know what makes it fun? Like as well, like just the fan base, like the people that's watching, seeing them comment, doing like that actually.
The reaction.
The reaction makes it entertaining. Because I didn't know how this was gonna go. Because based on what people were saying, like, yeah, Rod be saying all this shit, and I want to see how he does. I didn't know if people were just gonna be voting against me just because. I didn't know if that was gonna be the case. So when I ended up winning the first round, I was like, oh, it was such a load off. When I won that first round, I was like, all right, cool. So we here for the music. We here for the music, man. So we here for the music. All right, I got a chance.
Sometimes they might vote just a little off in terms of like the percentage of the audience, but I think the overwhelming majority of the audience is there for the music. You always talk about strategy and game plan.
Yeah.
Did you follow your own strategy and game plan, or did it change while you were in the battle?
It changed slightly. So
okay.
So like in the spirit of me being modest or whatever, I did not take you lightly. You know what I'm saying? As much as I criticize you or whatever, like if I criticize you, I knew if this will be the one that you actually probably try to like put some sort of strategy together. So yeah, man, I was strategizing all week. Like all week, man. I was like, damn, like if you look back, and I don't know if people notice, man, I had fucking notes. You know what I'm saying? I had notes on. I had notes. My wife can attest to this. Like I take shit like this seriously, and I guess that's why I'm so passionate about it. Cause y'all know I was like that on the court too. So I back up what I say. I don't be just saying shit just because. Like I actually am super detailed. The people at this table know that. The people behind the camera know that. I am super detailed about most things that I do. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of research. I compare numbers. I do all of that shit. So I'm not just on this show just to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? How people saying I just be talking shit. Nah, man, I'm very serious about things that I am involved in. When it comes to Dead and Hip Hop, when it comes to anything I'm involved in, I'm super serious. My kids, everything. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. And I know sometimes it might come off harsh, but this is how I talk sometimes.
I feel you. My strategy in the battle changed up a little bit.
Okay.
Especially when we got toward the end, and it was so crazy because me and Rod had like an Odd Friday recap, like literally right after the fact. But I'm not gonna front like he fucked me up in the OT round because I didn't have George Bondo on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have many Benny features. You know what I'm saying? Or it was all three of them. I only had a couple. And when you played Dr. Bird,
yes,
I was like, oh shit, okay. So I had to pull George Bondo out, and also I saw a couple of the comments. It was like, oh, why didn't you play Hell on Earth Part 2? Why didn't you play some of these other songs?
Why you didn't play overall off of how Part 2 of Power Plugs I made with featuring Chinks? Yeah. Why you didn't play that shit?
I like other joints on that project better.
You would have edged out Ride maybe a round or two. You know what I'm saying?
That last track, nah.
What, George Bondo?
Yeah.
Yeah, not against Bird. I mean, it's a dope joint, but not against Dr. Bird.
But there wasn't many other like trifecta joints that I could have played.
Nah, you didn't need a trifecta. Was that part of the rules?
No. Right.
Yeah, you didn't need one. You just needed a Benny track.
But what Benny track you think would have beat Dr. Bird's?
Anyone that people wanted to hear except that one?
Damn.
I don't know.
You gotta give yourself a fighting chance, man.
You stupid. I don't know, Ken. Like that because Dr. Birds was one of my wild cards. I know,
but you said that Conway had the best verse on that, and a lot of other people were saying that.
Yeah.
You can't play that song.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Because of that reason,
Right.
because Conway had the better verse on George Bondo.
If that's known, you can't play that song.
Because I'll even put it like this: George Bondo was my other wild card because I knew Conway had the best verse on those two tracks, Dr. Birds and George Bondo. So I was like, because let's be honest, man, Benny is the favorite here. Benny is the favorite here, and I knew, as good as Conway is, and as great as Conway's sons are, people will still pick Benny because of the popularity. So I said, okay, if the battle starts going that way, I need some wild cards to play that has like better Conway verses on them. You know what I'm saying? And still big songs. So that was my strategy as far as that was concerned.
And then also, if you look at the people, at least the ones that vote, they all said George Bondo was a great pick. They all said it.
Yeah, because the percentage was actually close.
I know, 52-48.
Yeah, the percentage was close.
But it's that 4% that you're leaving the chance. Where that 4% be like, man, Conway was better than Benny. Plus, holding the poll, I don't think was a good idea either.
Yeah, explain that part. I saw you.
Well, I did that. So sometimes, like when artists go a little bit later, like I'll start the poll when that artist goes. So that way, it isn't swayed by anybody else that's on the track.
No, I mean explain why that was a negative thing, because I thought it made sense. But I saw a bunch of people in the chat being like, "Why did he hold the poll?" And I was like, "Well."
So that way
his rapper was. So what was the problem with that? Because I didn't get it.
I understand the logic behind it, but I also know that you gotta momentum. Yeah. You gotta catch people. Like once they hear the song, in their head, psychologically, like, oh, this is a Benny song. Oh, I love this shit. This Benny. I'm voting Benny. I'm voting Benny. I'm voting Benny. You're giving people time to listen to all these other artists, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And throw in the X factor that Conway is known to have the best verse on that track. You're also leaving that 4% to listen to Conway and then listen to Benny. And now they're like, dang, man.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah. People in the chat were just like, where's
they
the
were
poll?
waiting.
Yeah, they were waiting. They were like, where the poll at?
I was like, I don't know if y'all remember when I walked off stage. I was like, they want, because I didn't realize you had told them to
Yeah,
stop
they want that poll.
So I was like, yo,
where the poll
they're
at?
saying that the poll isn't up or whatever. So I was actually trying to get the poll up because we technically did it on Kill All Rats when I played Kill All Rats because he doesn't go to last. But I didn't care if you put it up before or after, because Kill All Rats is just, it comes in hard.
But the thing about that is that people were saying that Conway had the weakest verse on that track.
Because he did.
Yeah.
But the song was hard. The song was hard. The song hit hard because that actually did well in the poll. It just
even in the comments, everybody was saying Rome and Ransom carried that. You know what I'm saying? So,
But I like the Thanos with the gauntlet line, and I think that stands out. Even though Rome, I'm not disagreeing. They did have a stronger verses, but that gauntlet line was
which is
hard.
why I also played Butcher and the Blade. So
That's
one was
what I wanted. I didn't get that one.
So I played that one because of the Amazon Prime line.
Well, was that the one? Which one did you play against the Virgil Brick on My Brick? You played a song against
he played
that
George
one.
Bando after. I played Brick on My Brick, and he played George Bando.
Yeah, so George Bando was a good song, but it wasn't a good song against that song.
Yes.
Because that was the only. Because everything else, I thought y'all played it perfectly. That was the only time where I was like, I don't think that was a good pick against that song.
But see, he didn't have that in his game plan because he got so many Benny tracks, and I knew he had a lot of Benny tracks. It's no way I knew. I did not think he would pick a posse cut because Benny has so many tracks that people know. So that's why I picked a wild card of a posse track, because then he would have to change up his plan to pick and do what he did. He did exactly what I wanted him to do, and then I knew Dr. Birds is just gonna hit harder. Brick on my brick. Like,
Because
like,
I questioned going single Benny track versus all three of them. The perception of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there were two songs that, in hindsight, you know what I'm saying, I wish I would have played, which was Burden of Proof, which I don't think would have beat Dr. Birds. And then the other one was Burden of Proof, was Scarface versus Sosa Part 2. And even though I think that Tana Talk Benny is different, that song is too slow. It don't hit like that.
What about the Heaven and Hell Part 2 that they were complaining about? You don't think that would have been good
Hell
to
on
go
Earth
against?
Part 2?
Hell on Earth, sorry. What did I say?
beat Dr. Birds.
Heaven and Hell.
I don't think it beats Dr. Birds, and George Bondo's a better song. And that's what a lot of the comments were saying. And in my thought process in the moment, initially in my head, I went to, man, I'm about to play this Hell on Earth Part 2. And then I was like, not George Bondo, though. Like,
It's just Bondo's not a catchy track. And Dr. Birds is such a catchy track based off of basically what fucking Westside was doing. The whole brick on my brick. So the second that song comes on, I mean, I think you'd have lost that round regardless. I don't think Benny has anything that can really battle it. But when I heard the song, I was like, well, this is a dope song, and I like this song.
So Benny does have something that can battle it. I really think 5 to 50 could beat that one, which is the one I played in round 13 to get to OT.
That's his biggest song.
That's his biggest song.
And I know that.
Everybody knows that.
Well, I know that because I researched Benny's songs. I not only did my playlist, I did a possible playlist for him. Like I said, okay, he could play this, he could play that. How big is this song? Like I was on my Rain Man shit. Like just saying, like, you know.
This backs up what I said earlier. 100% about knowing his opponent and knowing how they're going to play. This is some shit he does, man.
I don't create a whole opponent playlist,
Yeah.
but I identify like the 5 or 6 that I know he's going to play, and I have an idea of a response to those.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that when I did it. I was just like, Beal just play a bunch of songs.
See, now sometimes what'll throw me off is like, okay, I think he's gonna play this big song as a response, and then boom, it's an opening track. You're like, oh, okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So things in the back, you could go in with a game plan, but they might deviate a little bit. You know, and originally what I wanted to do with this one, I had told Myke off camera, was what I did with Dr. Dre, was play all of the biggest songs as openers versus responses.
Yeah.
But that got thrown off. I'm, oh shit. So I had to play some of my bigger. I had to hold some of the bigger ones for a response because
Yeah, Dr. Dre, you can do that. Can't do that with Benny.
Yeah, you can't do that with everybody.
Can't do that with Benny.
You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Dre, yeah.
Yeah, but I was if you did, I had a plan for that too. Like I had a plan for like. I did. I swear I did. You can ask Nate. You can ask Nate, man. She was like, I won't bother you on your Rain Man shit. Like that's what she was doing. Like I'll be at my desk writing down shit. Like, damn, he play that. Boom. I can't fucking help it. It's just how my brain works, and I'm glad people got a chance to see that it's not just talk with me. You know what I mean? I ain't want to say that because I am truly modest. I don't want to just go out here and be like, you know, I'd rather show and prove. That's my whole mission statement. You know what I'm saying? Because the work speaks for itself.
That's not honest, man.
It's not.
It's honest. You're honest media.
Honest media.
Gonna change my company name? God damn, man.
You got a new division over there, Honest Media.
So the Amazon line. Go ahead, B.
I feel where I'm coming from, because usually when I go into this, I always have like, I kind of picture like 3 or 4 different ways I kind of approach it whenever I do these. Like I just be thinking like, okay, so if I'm gonna do this, you know, I kind of know what Feefo, I kind of have an idea of what Feefo's gonna play, or like what big songs he's gonna have, and I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna use this for, in this round. Like, if I know that, because me and Feefo always alternate who goes first, you know, each time. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I'm going second, this is how I'm gonna play. If I do this, if I win this 4th round and lose this round, this is what I want to play this. So yeah, I give it a rock.
And I really liked this battle for me personally because I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. And like, as much shit as I talk, this would have gave me an opportunity to kind of show and prove. And like, cause I want to say, before y'all started doing our Fridays, y'all had this battle before when he had Conway. He actually lost to Conway, lost with Conway. So I was like, damn, man, I would like a chance to redeem that. You know what I'm saying? And I would also like a chance to put on more people to Conway, because I'm an advocate of Conway. I've been saying it on reviews and everything. So it was just like, oh, this is perfect. So when you presented it, I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'll do it. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So yeah, I'm just glad I was victorious, man. I
should have lost again.
No, this was a good battle. This was a good one.
It was good, but he still should have lost.
Why?
For one, I was surprised. Did 97 Hove win?
It didn't win?
That was the one that got away from me.
So what was it up against?
Rex Ryan.
No, I think it
And
won.
when I played Rex Ryan, when me and Feefo battled, that shit lost.
I'm pretty sure that because I was
mad
in
as
the
hell.
chat.
Lost to Rex Ryan.
Because I remember people were talking and blah blah blah. Because Rod even said something about it. You were talking about the Super Bowl, and I remember I was like, yeah, 97 Hove should win this. Like,
Well, I know the numbers are skewed now.
Yeah.
But it's skewed in a big way. Like 97 Hove is up 19%.
Right. Now it is.
but you got
in the
2 minutes.
moment-
You got a 2 minute rule.
But in the moment, it won.
That is definitely a suggestion that I would give. You guys have to make that very clear.
The 2 minute.
If I were
got
you,
you.
I might even say it every round. You guys got 2 minutes to vote.
Bet.
Make that clear, because I don't think people know that. I definitely didn't know that.
Bet. Thank you.
So that could be why these things. Because you even said it on stage. You're like, yeah, but if you come back later, my shit always wins. That might be why people don't know they only have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Speaking of the 2 minutes, I'll go what you was going to say.
No, I was just gonna say that. No, that's thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's honestly a really good insight, and we'll start to say that and promo that at the beginning.
So when does the 2 minute mark start? How do they know when that 2 minutes start?
Typically, it's at the beginning of the
Once the poll is up.
yeah.
So
Once
I'm
the poll
saying,
is up.
so when y'all say the poll is up, you got 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Do we do that each time?
Yeah, it's a 2 minute poll.
No,
time.
while a song is going, you always say the poll is up 2 minutes. Do we say
They
that?
say poll.
We just
No,
said
that's
the
what
poll is
Mike
up.
You
was
just say
saying.
the poll is up, but you don't say 2 minutes.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
When do we say
Kevin,
the poll is up?
Kevin used to be like, poll this live, y'all. Poll this
Yeah.
live. Like,
As soon as
whoever
the
played
response
second.
is played.
Once
Yeah.
the second song started playing, Kevin was
say,
like, "Poll is live,
this
poll is
poll is
live."
live.
I ain't even realize. I be so in the moment that I ain't
Nah,
even
he
realize
does.
he was saying
He
that.
does.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say, speaking of the 2 minutes, man,
Crown for Kings versus the Cow.
man, that one really hurt. I like I feel like I could have took you out in 11 rounds with that one. Like and you stopped the count on me. You stopped the
I
count
didn't
on
stop the count. See, he was trying to manipulate the damn rule.
I didn't know the rule.
What
I was
happened?
like,
I
yeah.
must
No,
have
so
missed that.
so
What?
once the 2 minutes were up, we were at 50-50.
Oh,
And it was a
yeah.
tie.
Y'all went on and on and on about that. I was
And
like,
Ryan
bro.
wanted to refresh, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, the 2
People were
minutes
saying
are up.
refresh it. Well, first
And
Kevin
they did
said,
refresh it. It still said 50-50.
No. Kevin
it's still
Kevin
close.
said he was about to refresh it, and he told him don't refresh it. That's what I was
Well,
saying.
if it was well after the 2 minute mark,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
if
that's
it
what I'm
was.
saying.
That's
That rule is not very clear.
Because I don't know when the 2 minute mark is. How I know it's been 2 minutes? Refresh the shit.
And even today, it's still 49-50%.
Yeah, it's
now
crazy.
now the Cow is at 50%, and Benny Crown for Kings is at 49.
Wait, is that 49 and 50? Where's the one?
Oh, I don't know. It's telling you what.
How's that happen?
It was
I don't know.
51-49, I thought. Not 51-49.
I'm
but
just
it was,
showing, I'm
That
showing
is
you what
weird.
Patreon is.
That is really weird.
So I don't know.
I mean, it's 2 minutes. It just cut off at 2 minutes. You know.
No, I'm not
Should've-
tripping. I
he
kept
should've
going. All I'm
Yeah.
saying is that in the moment, that shit hurt.
No, I feel you.
Oh yeah, I
that
understand.
shit
Yeah.
hurt.
So is
damn.
that the one round, or were there multiple rounds that you felt should have went differently?
No. That was the only one. That was really the only one. There was other ones that because I wasn't surprised at anything because I didn't underestimate my opponent. You know what I'm saying? I thought that you could win every round. I'm with Ken. I thought that you could win this shit easily, but I knew the work I put in to try to prevent that from happening.
I knew Conway had at least 4 or 5 wins
But not
guaranteed.
He didn't have 7 guaranteed.
But when he lost 97 Hove, and Conway did lose. I mean, well, it was tied, so technically it wasn't a loss. But that Cow was one of those 5 that I included. That so when you just because once you played that, I was like, it's over. You know, and I was just thinking about 97 Hove because that was the one
the
that could have
difference.
made it. You know, I think even at the time or whatever. But when you lost that shit, when you lost 97 Hove, I was like, people got an uphill battle because I don't know what other tracks you can pull out.
Better figure.
Right,
Yeah.
that'll work against what Conway has
Had
left.
Exactly. And
I will say I did have, like, now I'm looking back, 200 Pies lost. I was a little shocked by
To
that.
one-way flight?
No, I know to one-way
Oh.
flight, but I'm just saying. But people love 200 Pies with that.
They
That's
love
one-way
one-way flight.
flight.
You
Yes.
can't touch that.
I thought the bigger Freddie Benny track was Frank Lucas. Honestly, I would have played Frank Lucas.
That was a bit slow.
Hey,
Frank
but
Lucas probably would have. Man,
Yeah,
Frank
but
Lucas is
Bando was
hard.
slow. That was the problem.
Frank Lucas is good.
Frank
my
Lewis,
God.
Frank Lucas, I think would have given you.
I just knew you
could have
was
been
gonna
that
play
4%.
Frank Lucas. Ooh, I
That
thought-
4% difference.
Probably, yeah.
But
I
Calvin
really
lost.
do.
I was
I really
surprised
do.
Calvin lost, but I wasn't surprised. Again, it's not a big surprise because he lost to Broken Bottles.
Yeah,
so it's
Broken
just like
Bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Broken
it's
Bottles.
like it's Broken Bottles. You know?
Yeah, I was
Hard as
surprised that
hell,
lost
man.
too.
You know, I'm like it's Calvin, but
Yeah.
it's Broken Bottles.
Broken
It's
Bottles,
like,
yeah.
shit.
So you're surprised that Calvin lost to Broken Bottles, or you're just surprised that Calvin lost?
I was surprised that Calvin lost.
Okay.
Only because just looking at the chat, man, it was just like it seemed like people were leaning that way. But I really underestimate like when people. It feels like when people got their mind made up sometimes. That is it, or they just like the song better. What I want to know is the Amazon. You get in the 2 days Amazon track. You played that for that one line versus which one was it? Was it Fentanyl? You just played that verse, right?
Yeah, that was a bad.
Yeah, I
move.
didn't play the
Yeah, I
whole
don't
thing.
think that was
so-
it.
so-
That was the one that I think he fucked up on.
That was a
Yeah.
really bad move.
Yeah.
And
I was
there,
smiling inside when he did that. I was like, oh, I'm about to win this one.
there, I felt that I could have went elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think
Overall,
Scarface versus Sosa Part 2. I think that could have been a better play there. Also, Burden of Proof could have been a better play there. That's the one that if I could change in hindsight, that's the one I change.
Yeah, just starting it in the middle of the song, it came off wonky, and then his verse was dope. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't dope enough. To
After I
carry
just
that
played
round.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one where I was like, oh no. That was a bad move.
Was that an audible?
It was because it was in my questionable list, like it was in my
Gotcha.
X factors. And when he played Fentanyl, I guess in that moment I should have played either Sosa or
I think you were trying to save
Burden.
him.
I was.
Yeah.
I was,
But I don't
but
think he ever played him.
but you know what? But again, like in hindsight, I should have just played him. I should have played one of those two. It would have done better against.
Yeah, he
that
never
one.
played those two, did he?
Which one?
The ones you were holding? Yeah.
Nah, I never
you
played
mean?
Burden of Proof or Sosa. The whole time I'm like, Feefo, you gotta play Burden of Proof. It's like the horns, that's like Benny's J track. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I know that the energy would be different. It would be hard for you to match that. And I never fucking played it. And in the Sosa one, I'll always question because of how slow it is.
Yeah, I always knew if you played Sosa, I had something that was gonna beat it.
You know, I started with 330 in Houston, which is I think a dope Benny track.
It's this is a really big track actually.
Yeah, it's a big track
It's
for
in the
Benny.
millions on listens.
And I think originally I was like, I'm gonna hold it for a response track. But I started off with it to kind of gauge the temperature in the room, because I felt that if it would win as an opener track one, then I'm like, okay, well shit, I think I could cruise. But I also knew it's like if I lose, then I know that the Conway niggas is in here and I'm gonna have to play
Yes.
a hard hand.
You played exactly how I wanted you to play. Like that 330 in Houston, I know it's a big song. And I was like, damn, if he plays that, I know what I'm gonna play after that. And when you played it, I was just fucking with you when I said, I thought you were gonna come out swinging.
I know.
You did come out swinging. Like that's a big track. I know it is.
Nigga,
But
we play basketball, nigga.
But I had Bruiser Body, and that Bruiser Body hit so hard, boy.
There are other ways to test the room.
Woo!
Like what?
You named like 2 other songs you never played.
But I don't think that those will be good testers. I think 330 in Houston's a better tester.
Yeah, but it's gone though. Once you play it and lose, it's a wrap. That song is off
that's-
the
that's
board.
what-
Like this.
tracks.
Well, I guess what Ken is saying, like 330 in Houston, Sosa, Burden of Proof. Which one of those are the biggest songs to you in a
330.
battle?
Either Burden or 330.
So you could have let off with Burden then, because you never played Burden.
That's what
Yeah, you could have let off with Burden.
Damn.
You want to tell people what's the Patreon one?
It sounds like Ken want to get in that ring.
He the last one. Hey, Myke, he the last one left.
He the last
He the last one that ain't stepped to the ring yet.
I play spades. And I'm really
See, I
fucking
play
good.
spades and chess.
And yeah, and Rod and I, we've been on team. We don't lose when we're on team. When we
Damn.
Now this is fact.
So-
I remember this from Lex's party.
Yeah.
That was the
I've seen
first
them
time I
niggas
ever
play.
saw Ron get mad. He was like, "Man, go out the room, bro." Because I was making jokes too much. I was like, "All right, man,
Yeah,
let me
Ken,
leave
you
this dude alone."
got to step in the chamber, man.
Real quick, all in all, I said it before, I said it again. You do amazing at hosting the show. Like it's a really good show, man. You do a really good job at hosting and keeping it moving. Even when we had the complications of the laptop,
no, that was good.
all that, man. You're really good at
All the
that.
time.
And shout out to Kevin, man, aka Bloodbath. Like he does a good job at commentating.
He does.
And basically co-hosting in a sense and just moderating and whatnot, man. It really adds to the show. And it makes sense because that Hold It Down podcast that he does, they do battles, right? So yeah, it makes sense that he would be perfect here. He's actually really perfect here. So yeah, definitely get that man his flowers for what he's doing behind the scenes. Is what I noticed while I was here, man. And shout out, I know y'all said this before too. Shout out to Ken and for making sure the audio is on point.
Right.
And like it sounds great. It sounds great here in the studio, and it sounds great out there. So yeah, it's dope. I can't wait till we do something like this, like live
with
audience.
people,
Oh my
yeah.
God, it's gonna be crazy.
100%. Man, Rod, thank you, man, for coming through, you know what I'm saying, showing out. You did your thing. And yeah, I always try to give shout out to everybody behind the scenes because when people look at it, that perspective is like, oh, this shit looks easy. A lot of niggas don't understand all of this shit, the trials and tribulations that it took to get it to that point, first and foremost, and then the people that have to work behind the scenes to make that happen. So that's why I always give Ken, all the props. You know what I'm saying? I give Bloodbath all the props. With that being said, October 15th, the next Odd Friday battle, which was actually supposed to happen October 1st. So the people may or may not know. It is going to be A$AP Rocky versus Schoolboy Q. Y'all voted on it.
That's a good one, man.
That is a damn good one. I'm representing Rocky. Beezy is representing Schoolboy. And if you want to be able to influence the influencers, become a patron. $1 gets you in there at the Odd Friday level. However, if you want to vote, nominate, and do all of them other type of executive level type of things, go to Patreon, see where that is, and become a patron today. Again, we appreciate you guys. Anything else that anybody else want to add?
Oh, this is a lot of fun, man. I was working, unfortunately, so I was sitting there working. I just had it on the background, just laughing my ass off the whole time.
What was the most enjoyable part about this one to you?
Y'all's chemistry.
Oh, okay.
B is all about business.
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
goes up there, it's not as much as like he
Yeah.
picks at you.
He does.
and you just roll with it. I feel like if I did the same kind of picking or if B did the same kind of picking, it wouldn't roll the same.
Yeah, it doesn't come
It
off the
rolls
same.
different with him. So I just liked y'all's chemistry. It was just making me laugh the whole time.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the first time where it was like the majority of the songs could go either way.
Yeah.
Like there was never a moment where I was like, oh, this is easily gonna beat this.
Yeah.
Right.
It was always like, damn, this is a good
It
one.
really was a toss up.
It was, yeah, it was a
I
toss-up
didn't
every
know how they
time.
were gonna
Yeah,
go.
if the times I caught
Yeah.
it was definitely times I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
this
good
was
one.
a fun,
yeah.
This was a fun one,
Yeah.
man. Y'all really did a good job.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
It's fun, man. And it definitely was stuff. I saw people ask, they always gonna say, oh, why, play this, play that. Man, it's plenty of joints I wanted to play. Like
You only had 13. You only
yeah.
got 13 to choose from.
It's not
you know?
even that though.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think they're gonna win in a battle. Like
Right.
like
Mhm.
like
Right. You gotta
Overdose.
pick the right
Overdose
hit.
is like one of my favorite Conway tracks. I seen him do it live. It's amazing. I just didn't think it
For
would
that
win
arena.
in this arena because it doesn't have any drums or nothing like that. It's just that it's just them sounds, and it's like I don't know if that'll hit. You know what I mean?
Like going to what you're saying, there's way more factors in picking songs to battle than just enjoying a song for how dope it is for whatever reason it is.
Right.
Like you gotta pick a song that's like, okay, well the beat gotta do at least a little something. Even if the beat isn't the most amazing or the verse isn't the most amazing, like you gotta pick pieces of the songs that can, you know what I'm saying, move the crowd. So there is a little bit of a science to it. But nah, man, look, again, we appreciate you guys. 10/15/21, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We start on time in this motherfucker. Odd Friday. We see you. A$AP Rocky, Schoolboy Q.